to the next one. We got NASCAR has its first four black owners in the Daytona. Oh, my damn phone went black. I'm sorry. NASCAR has 4 black owners for the Daytona 500 race.
Nice.
Charlotte, 4 joints.
4.
So what's
we gaining on you, boy. We gaining on you.
Michael Jordan, Brad Daugherty, Mayweather,
and what's the other?
And I can't remember the other guy, but I don't think Brad Daugherty counts as being black.
Come on, Rod. Come on, he's supposed to be on your team, Rodney. Look at y'all. See how y'all do? See how y'all teach your own? I'll say this. I read the story, and what I'm gonna say is gonna sound foul. It's gonna sound foul, and I know what you're wondering. How can I sound foul with this? And I don't mean anything foul by it. No disrespect. The reality of it is, as I was reading the story, it is really, really a good story to see that people are taking interest. Emmitt Smith is the other person I believe that is also getting a team. I mean, literally everything from top to bottom is going to be his people.
No, they said it's John Cohen.
Yeah, but the part of that same article says Emmitt Smith is getting into it where he's actually going to he's the driver, the car, the everything is going to be, So he's one of these owners coming up as well. What I realized is I watched an interview with a guy that I've always had mixed emotions about, named Dash. And he was making a point where he was like, this idea of just always asking to be at someone's table, he was like, I just break the table and bring my own. I just wonder sometimes as we make these strides to get into some of these industries, is it possible? Is it plausible? Is it viable to actually just start some of your own stuff? Some of these groups, it's almost like you have to jump hoops to get in. It's almost like they don't want you in the group. They don't want you in that club. Do these guys have enough wherewithal to say that? That's why I indeed could speak on this. You look at the Negro Leagues or something like that. It's something amazing about your own, just owning it. And it's funny how whatever we get involved in, it becomes hot. It becomes the thing. But we always got to take that thing to someone else's court. Can we ever just own the court and put our own ball in our own court? What if Jordan, what if Emmett, what if, Daugherty, what if all of them got some other guys together in their financial bracket and did their own things?
No.
Am I looking at it foul, or should I just be more thankful that these 4 people got to be into this group of however many race car drivers there are?
Kelvin, you read my mind, man. I'm telling you, I say this all the time, and I wonder, when is that day ever going to occur? I mean, NASCAR, we might need to wait a little while. You know what I mean?
But it don't have to be NASCAR. It could be just your cars that you just, what I'm saying?
What about the NBA? You know what I'm saying? Like, just look at that just alone. Why is there, why aren't there more black owned, franchises?
Derek, do you remember when they locked the team out? And I think it was going into the 98 season. They had lockout. They played a 50-game season. Matter of fact, it was the year that Sprewell and them went. It was the 99 season when Sprewell and them went to the finals.
Yeah.
Do you remember what the players did when they was locked out? They went and rented the New Jersey, the Trump Convention Center in Jersey, and had exhibition games. Gary Payton, Sean Kemp, whatever. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because one thing that Dame Dash said that's true, and he was on Shannon Sharp's podcast, what he was saying was, if you take them out of the NBA, the NFL is no NFL.
Right.
You take us out of the NBA, there is no NBA. Right. So since you are the product,
the attraction,
you're the attraction. You put it like this: you'd go see LeBron play at the Garden if he rented it out himself.
That's right.
And played on that court.
That's right.
So that's what I'm wondering now. The problem is it would take a generation of players to do that, and they would lose money trying to get it established. Nobody's willing to do that right now.
No, you just answered your question. You know what I mean? It's about assuming risk, and why would you assume the risk when you're so well paid to just show up? You know what I mean? And do a job, So yeah, I mean, I was really high on the Big 3 league and all of that. You know what I mean? I think that was a great step in the
is it coming back?
I'm not really certain. Is it? Yeah. Okay. So I mean, I wasn't really. Yeah, but I thought that was a great step in the right direction.
It is.
And let's keep that going at least. You know what I mean?
What you about to say, Rod? Rod was about to say something.
No, I was going to actually bring up the same thing that Derek just said about the Big 3. The thing is, does Ice Cube completely own the Big 3?
I don't think so.
I don't think
He has
so either.
investors. I know he has
think it's all
investors.
But no, the thing is, it's okay to have investors, but do you own
The majority shares.
I hope he
majority
does, because
shares?
to me it was presented like that.
Well,
So the thing
technically,
is, sometimes people use you to be the face of something.
well, technically, look at the NBA. The NBA isn't owned by a single person. It's actually a nonprofit organization, to be honest with you. All right.
But the owners,
teams
The
are
owners,
yeah.
right? The
owners
franchises
are all right.
Right. So you can own the franchise. You know what I mean? I'm sure it's the same way in Big Three.
Yeah, well, that's where the power is, owning the franchise.
Yeah.
I remember one time, me, D, Chicken Wing, and D's lady, we went out to dinner one day, right? And we were having this conversation. I don't know if D remembers it, when we say, listen, if we hit the lottery or whatever, what would we get together and do? And I say, well, the problem with us sometimes, I wasn't specifically speaking about the four of us, I was talking about us as people. If we were to hit the lottery for $6 million, right? Everybody would take their million and go separate ways. That's the problem with us. We don't combine money to build things. If each one of us had $2 million right now, and I say, hey, listen, I'm willing to take $1 million, keep $1 million for myself, and $1 million we all kick in a piece, and let's go build this or let's go do this. That's going to be hard, because now we're all in positions that we've never been before, and we all want to be our own bosses now. That's the problem with us, because it's newfound wealth. So you want to go off and do your thing. Derek might say, nah, I'm not messing with y'all. I'm going to go this. Kelvin says, well, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go do this. D say, I'm going to go do this. So now guess what? $4 million just became zero.
Right.
And I think that's the biggest problem with us. Everybody had, I think I saw a thing on Boyce Walker's page. He said, look at all these rappers in here. There's billions of dollars in this room, but nobody's combining to do anything that's going to enrich us, because everybody's doing themselves. And that's how I see it. I think that's what the problem is.
Yep.
But because I think part of that is we assess value by what other people can have. So it doesn't behoove me to let everybody on the screen have a Bentley, because then it makes me feel mine is less valued. I think that's how we look at it. That's the problem. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. The other thing is we're not standing under one flag. We're not standing under a language. We're not standing under a culture. That's why people always talk about part of the culture. And I always ask, what is the culture? People like, that's hip hop culture. Hip hop culture, same hip hop we don't own. So
yeah. I think we're always too quick to enrich someone else before ourselves.
We're great at making other people rich.
Great at other people making people rich. And we're constantly being used to make other people rich.